Well, greetings, legendary readers. Welcome to Larry's Legendary Library. Today I want to talk to you about Grave Empire by Richard Swan. I got this broken binding edition. It's got the wraparound cover, which is fairly awesome. Got the sprayed edges. Some nice artwork for the end papers. Signed by the author. The dust jacket is really nice. It's almost a shame to cover the book, but I do cover it to protect it. Grave Empire is, as I mentioned, book one of the Great Silence trilogy. It follows 200 years after the Empire of the Wolf series, a trilogy that Richard Swan wrote. And I've read that trilogy and thoroughly enjoyed it. And before I give you a review of Grave Empire, I thought I would give you a summary of the three books of the Empire of the Wolf. The first book is Justin of Kings. And these summaries I'm taking directly from Richard Swan's website, and I'll put a link in the description if you'd like to check it out. Sir Conrad von Volt is an emperor's justice, a feared lawman granted the combined powers of detective, judge, and executioner. His only purpose is to uphold the law in the emperor's name, through any means necessary. To this end, von Volt travels the empire, dispensing justice by way of his sharp intellect, magical powers, and, when necessary, a strong arm. Yet these are dangerous times, even for a justice. The hinterlands are rife with rebels and heretics, while in the imperial capital, a powerful alliance of patricians and Templar knights seeks to overthrow the order of the magistratum and claim its arcane secrets for their own. Von Volt cares little for imperial politics, but when he investigates the murder of a provincial noblewoman, he uncovers a startling web of lies and deceit, and a conspiracy that might bring the Empire of the Wolf to its knees. And then moving on to The Tyranny of Fate, book 2 of the Empire of the Wolf trilogy. The Battle of Galen's Vale is over, but the war for the Empire's future has just begun. Concerned by rumors that the magistratum's authority is waning, Sir Conrad von Volt returns to Sova to find the capital city gripped by intrigue and whispers of rebellion. In the Senate, patricians speak openly against the emperor, while fanatics preach holy vengeance on the streets. Yet facing down these threats to the throne will have to wait, for the emperor's grandson has been kidnapped, and von Volt is charged with rescuing the missing prince. His quest will lead him and his allies Helena, Bressinger, and Sir Radomir to the southern frontier, where they will once again face the puritanical fury of Bartholomew Claver and his Templar knights, and a dark power far more terrifying than they could have imagined. and then the last book in the trilogy, The Trials of Empire. The time of judgment is at hand. The empire of the wolf is on its knees, but there is life in the great beast yet. To save it, Sir Conrad van Volt and Helena must look beyond its borders for allies, to the wolfmen of the southern plains and the pagan clans in the north. But old grievances run deep, and both factions would benefit from the fall of Sova. Even these allies might not be enough. Their enemy, the zealot Bartholomew Claver, wields infernal powers bestowed on him by a mysterious demonic patron. If Van Volt and Helena are to stand against him, they will need friends on both sides of the mortal plane, but such allegiances carry a heavy price. As the battle lines are drawn in both Sova and the afterlife, the final reckoning draws close. Here, at the beating heart of the empire, the two-headed wolf will be reborn in a blaze of justice, or crushed beneath the shadow of tyranny. Fast forward 200 years. Blood once turned the wheels of the empire. Now it is money. A new age of exploration and innovation has dawned, and the empire of the wolf stands to take its place as the foremost power in the known world. Glory and riches await. But dark days are coming. A mysterious plague has broken out in the pagan kingdoms to the north, while in the south, the empire's proxy war in the land of the wolfmen is weeks away from total collapse. Worse still is the message brought to the empire by two heretic monks who claim to have lost contact with the spirits of the afterlife. The monks believe this is the start of an ancient prophecy heralding the end of days, the great silence. It falls to Renata Rainier, a low-ranking ambassador to an enigmatic and vicious race of mermen, to seek answers from those who still practice the arcane arts. But will the road south be set by war and the empire on the brink of supernatural catastrophe? Soon there may not be a world left to save. I love this book. The world building is top-notch. From the mountains in the uncharted north, the Jade Sea, the more arid areas in the south, the different principalities and the different personalities of those areas, the different creatures, the different religions, the supernatural entities, the magics. I read this book in 4 days, which is pretty good for me as I am a slow reader. I was consumed. The story is mysterious and intriguing. The action, including large-scale battle scenes, were breathtaking. The 3 point-of-view characters were all different and exciting to follow. 2 of them were the protagonist and 1 antagonist, and the antagonist was deliciously despicable. There were strange and wonderful amalgams of humans and animals that happened magically during the great cataclysm. I especially enjoyed the mermen and the jaguar men. I really like when books put quotes or entries from some other writings that are a part of the world building. For example, in Dune, Frank Herbert quotes from the writings of Muad'Dib or the Orange Catholic Bible and others. And Richard Swan does the similar thing to great effect, quoting various sources and various people. One of the quotes is an Easter egg from the first trilogy because it's a quote from Conrad von Volt. And the quote is this: "In the same way that we would not tolerate a man walking up to our house and smashing it down with an axe, so must we find intolerable the actions of a man who would destroy the scaffold about which we construct our society." And there were other Easter eggs, references to Saint Helena, which seems to be a reference to Helena, the narrator in the first 3 books. And I'm sure there are other Easter eggs that I didn't pick up on, but it would certainly be worth rereading. It's just a fantastic series. For these reasons and for many more, I give Grave Empire, Larry's Legendary Library's highest rating, L5, Legendary. Richard Swan has created an immersive world with memorable characters, fantastic fantasy elements, and I can't wait for the sequels. Have you read any of the Empire of the Wolf books or Grave Empire? If so, what did you think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get reviews and other bookish things about science fiction, fantasy, and other bits and bobs. Thank you, legendary readers.